All right, we're ready to continue on with Florida. We'll ask Coach Golden for a few comments on the game, then we'll take your questions just for the two student athletes, then excuse them, and then we'll finish up with Coach Golden. Coach, would you begin?
Yeah, just incredibly proud of our program. It starts with our players. They've done an incredible job all year just being coachable and unselfish. And, we knew early on in the year that we had really good talent. But the thing that separates us is our unselfishness and our willing to put the greater good of the program in front of ourselves. And starts with them. Our staff has done an incredible job all year. I think I have one of the best staffs in America, just preparing our guys, being consistent, being good role models for these guys. And, the thing that I'm most proud of is how well our guys compete. Whether it's going our way or not, they will always answer the bell and give it their best effort regardless of the circumstances. And I'm really proud that we can call ourselves SEC tournament champions.
All right, take questions for either of the student athletes. Raise your hand. All right, let's go ahead and start on the center aisle, and then we'll come back to the left side.
Will, just what does this mean for you, being a senior? Obviously, Walter as well, but for you guys to accomplish this in your final year of collegiate basketball, just what are your emotions right now? And to do it against this Tennessee team who handed you guys the worst defeat you guys faced all season, how much does this mean to you?
For sure, it means a lot. I mean, what makes it so special is it's a journey from me and Coach's first year here to what we've been able to do now. And it's just a testament to all the work we've put in, and it's good to see it come to fruition, but we know we still got a lot more ball to play.
Next question on the left side, front row.
Zach Alberti on three. How did it feel to cut down the nets?
That's my first time in college, so it definitely felt special.
How did it feel for you? Well, shades of high school at all?
Oh, we ain't cut down to that at high school, actually. They be having games after us, but it's definitely felt great, playing in one of the best conferences, in the country. Obviously we won up there at Iona, won the MAC tournament. So it's my second time cutting down the nets in college, man. I can't explain the feeling. It's great.
And how do you guys both feel to make the tournament team as well?
Walter, did you take that first?
It feels great. I think you could have put any one of our guys on the team, and you could have put anybody up there. So it just feels great to, be named to that team.
Yeah,
Well,
same thing with Walt. I feel like that award should go to the whole team. I mean, we all had a huge impact in getting this done this weekend, so it's just for the whole team.
All right, next question on the aisle right here.
You guys said before Micah returned that this season was for him. You guys were playing for him. To see him out there cutting down the nets as well and contribute in a game like this, just how exciting is that for him to see that? Just what you guys think of just him getting out there and being able to play a year ago from what happened?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's just a testament to who he is. Micah comes in with great energy every day, and he's worked his butt off to get back to playing and helping us on the court. So it's definitely a blessing to be able to see him get out there and make an impact like that.
All right, next question right here on the right, and we'll take the next one over
What
there.
would the statement be to the NCAA selection committee from you guys?
For both players?
Yes, for both players, please.
Will?
Humbly, I don't think we got to say nothing. That's all I'm going to say.
I'm right there with him.
All right, next question on the left.
Therese Walker, the Associated Press. Will, you said that kind of have a lot of ball left to play. Cutting down nets, does it kind of open up what's possible in this next tournament? Does it make you hungrier? And how much of a motivator is it at this point? Coach said on the court, feels like y'all can go win a national title now.
For sure. For us, we're a hungry group, and we know the main goal. So this is definitely, I see it as a motivator. Cutting down the nets is a great feeling, but we want to be able to do that in the NCAA tournament as well.
Next question on the right, second row.
I asked you, Walter, on going into your senior day about legacy. You said you don't think about it that much, but it's cool to leave a place better than when you found it. Can you maybe enhance that statement right now? What it means now? Being a champion and an MVP?
Yeah, Coach Golden and them, they had a vision, and obviously I committed here and I came here because, I believed in that vision. So, just seeing it, come to fruition, it actually happening, it's just great. So I think me, Lies, Will, all the guys have made this better. I think the staff has made this better just as the year's been going on. So I think, it's just going to get better from here for the University of Florida.
Got time for one more for either student athletes if you have one. All right, last question for them right here on the left.
What do you guys feel like this tournament and the environment this weekend will do to prepare you for the big dance?
I feel like it definitely gets us ready. I mean, this is one of the hardest conferences in the game of basketball, and we won 3 straight. So it definitely does a good job of preparing us for that tournament setting and just getting the feel of what it's like playing in a big tournament.
Is that same for Walter?
Yeah, I'm good.
You good? Okay. All right, fellas, you can excuse yourselves, go to return. All right, we'll continue on with questions for Coach Golden. Raise your hand, and we'll get a remote mic to you. Let's go ahead and start on the front row on the left.
Coach, you guys said that you wanted to come to Nashville and make a statement this weekend. What kind of a statement do you feel like you guys made?
You know, I really just think we continue to prove what we have been all season, you know, which is being one of the best teams in America. You know, continuing to show that we can beat anybody in America. And, you know, when we're playing like this, I think we are the best team in America. And we got to keep going. Obviously, that can change, you know, at any time. And we got to have the mental toughness to keep pushing through and not be content and not be satisfied with what we've done to this point. And this was a huge goal of ours, to come here and get an SEC tournament championship. But we still have a lot left to do here, you know, going into March and playing for the NCAA tournament as well.
All right, next question on the, do you have one? All right, go ahead.
Do you have a preference on where you want to play?
Sorry?
Do you have a preference where you want to play in the next couple weeks?
I would say Raleigh first and then Lexington. Those would be my preferences.
Do you have a question? All right, let's go to center aisle.
What's the mentality of celebrating this one and then flushing it, just knowing that you guys have bigger goals to accomplish, 6 more games? And what was your message to the team in the locker room afterwards about, you know, staying humble? You said.
No, I haven't gotten the chance to talk to the whole team yet, but you know, I don't worry about being humble with this group very much. You know, I think our whole staff and our whole team, you know, we kind of consider ourselves underdogs. We don't find ourselves ever getting satisfied. And again, this was part of our growth of our program. You know, being able to compete for a championship last year, falling a little short. You know, continuing to raise the level of our program in every facet. Adding some players. Are the players within our program continuing to grow? Our staff. Growing tighter and just getting better working together. And this was kind of the next jump for us, was being able to come here and win this tournament in what is the best conference in college basketball over the last 20 years. And again, moving forward, we're going to enjoy this one tonight. We're going to enjoy it tonight, you know. You got to enjoy the victories because it's a very stressful profession. It's a very stressful, you know, just being in college basketball. And there's a lot of heartache in college basketball as well. So we'll enjoy this one tonight, but tomorrow we'll get back together as a team, and obviously we'll figure out who we're playing here in a couple hours and, you know, start our preparation for hopefully playing on Friday.
All right, next question, back on the right side, 4th row.
Are there any predictions for Sam Alexis coming in for the big dance? I know a lot of people are looking forward to him adding depth and making an impact. So just seeing if there's any update on that.
Yeah, I think he'll be close and to ready to go, you know, for the NCAA tournament. Obviously, our front court's playing really well, and you know, I feel like we have a really good rotation right now with Micah being back. But there's always going to be a circumstance where you'll probably need, you know, another guy to come in and impact the game, and I think Sam's more than capable to do that if his number is called.
Do you have a question? I'll just go back to the front row there, and then we'll come over to you.
When Walter went up the ladder, he wanted somebody to hold it for him because he didn't want to fall. You didn't have those concerns. You were shaking that thing up there. How did it feel for you personally to just have that moment, be up there on top of that, bring those nets down, and just celebrate with your team?
I was just really proud, you know, proud of the group that I've been able to put together, both from a staffing perspective and a student-athlete perspective. You know, that's really the thing that I think about the most in terms of being the leader of this program, is just making sure that we have really talented, really good people in our program that want to put the Gators in front of anything else. You know, we talk about all the time, having great attitude, great work ethic, most importantly, people that really want to be Gators. And, you know, I think, you know, especially following our program as closely as you do, that we have a lot of guys that, you know, weren't exactly 5 stars or thought of as being great players prior to entering our program. But I think our staff's done a really good job of identifying talent that fits the way we want to operate. And, you know, obviously year 1 was up and down. Year 2, we were able to add a lot of guys that met that standard. And most importantly, between years 2 and 3, we kept a lot of those guys that we thought were really important to build with and around. Just the natural progression of different guys like Kondo, Tommy, Zell, Will, and Walt, taking that next step and elevating their game, bringing in Rube, Elijah, Sam, Irby, Denzel. Again, I mentioned him. He's done an incredible job just taking a leap. And I think, again, the thing that I'm most proud of in our program is in a time where a lot of these programs and rosters are transactional, you know, we really try to do a good job of developing our young guys from the ground up. But most importantly, it's our guys, you know, it's our players, because it's very easy to have a mentality right now, to always look and see what's out there and to see what situation might be better. And we've had a number of guys that weren't starting players, that could have easily left and got a starting job somewhere else, but wanted to, really compete at the highest level and be a part of something bigger than themselves. And really, our talent is very good. Our players are very good, but our team talent is exceptional, and that's why I think we have a chance to make a deep run.
Next question on the left, third row.
Yeah, Todd, you guys basically faced a road-like atmosphere here today, and Friday and today you withstood runs in the second half. Just curious how that adversity that you faced throughout the weekend is going to be helpful in the next couple of weeks, you think?
Yeah, I mean, there's really no better way to prepare your program for March than playing in the SEC tournament. We played a Missouri team on Friday night in the quarterfinals that has a very good chance to make a deep run in March. They're incredible. They beat us at home. They have played exceptionally well all year, and then we found a way to get past them, and then we have to play Alabama, who just beat Auburn on the road. In my humble opinion, one of the best teams in America as well. And obviously, we played fantastic yesterday. We got off to a great start, never looked back. In the beginning of the second half, found a way to get past them, and then you get to play a program like Tennessee in the championship game. Rick Barnes is one of the best coaches in our business, Hall of Fame head coach. There's no program that has better culture or that is tougher than Tennessee. And for our program to stand up to that and find a way to become victorious today, as I said earlier to Zach's question, I'm just incredibly proud of the way our student athletes have competed, how they've carried themselves, and the way our staff has prepared our guys over the past couple of days. And again, we're in much better shape going into the NCAA tournament this year than last year. Obviously, trying to get through Micah's injury, playing 4 games in 4 days, I thought we were a little fatigued. But I think this year we'll be more ready to go as we step into the NCAA tournament this week.
Next question, second row.
Was there a point last summer that maybe you knew, or maybe you talked to your coaches and said, we don't have a chance to be like really, really good. We have a chance to be like championship great. Do you recall any moment or did you just feel that way every day?
When we constructed this roster, we felt like if all the pieces gelled and were unselfish, that we'd have a really good chance. I'm not sure until we really got through the summer, and got to see our guys practice and how they wanted to operate together. Probably early on in the fall, we were like, all right, if this group can stay the course and continue to put the team first, that we have a chance, And obviously, we go undefeated in non-conference play, and there were question marks with our team. How is their schedule? What are they ready for this opportunity? And we get into conference play. Obviously, lose to Kentucky, and people wanted to. So good, so good. You can't make it up. You can't make it up.
It's a tornado warning.
We do. But once when we beat Tennessee at home and obviously played very well, that was kind of the moment where like, all right, obviously at the time Tennessee was ranked number 1 in America, and we just played very well, and that kind of gave us an idea of what our ceiling could be this year. But truthfully, for me, it's all about just making sure our floor stays incredibly high. If our floor is high, we're going to be able to beat teams that we should beat. To go deep in March, you got to catch some breaks, and whether that's matchups, whether that's some shots going in, you got to put yourself in position to be successful, and this team has done that.
Got time for 1 or 2 more questions? All right, let's go to the center aisle on second row.
Along with the continuity on your roster, these are all assistant coaches that came here to Gainesville with you. Can you just speak to their investment in wanting to will this program and bring it to where it is, and how critical they've been, from John taking that lead role in fall camp with the defensive improvements and all the work that Carlin and Hovde have done this year?
Yeah, no, our staff is incredible. And, when I was fortunate enough to get this opportunity, I had to think long and hard about the way I wanted to build my staff out. And, obviously coming across the country and not spending a lot of time in the South, you kind of ask yourself, do you need geographical guys? Do you need guys that are comfortable in that region? And, Kyle Smith gave me great advice. He said, just get guys that you trust and that are going to work hard with you and always going to have your back. And, I really can't say enough about Carlin and, his willingness to move his family from UNLV to join us in year 1. Carlin and I worked together at Columbia. I was the director of basketball operations when he was associate head coach. His humility, his humbleness, and just his leadership. He's an incredible mentor. And, our guys look up and respect him at an incredibly high level. And, obviously Hub and I have worked together 5 out of the 6 years I've been a head coach. And, he's just an incredible basketball mind, but he's an even better person. And, again, just incredibly mature, responsible, just always going to be ahead of the game, with what he does. And he deserves a lot of credit for how explosive our offense is. Corey McCrae's done a great job, just being a great resource for our players. He manages our guys very well, has great relationships with them. They trust him. He's done a great job with our guards. John Sapphire deserves a ton of credit for our growth in our program. I lean on him a lot for roster decisions and roster management. He's incredibly bright, a young star in our profession. John Anderjak deserves a lot of credit for our defense. He does. He keeps us honest and makes sure we practice defensively enough every day. And just his intensity has really raised our floor that way. And obviously Torian Green has done a great job with our player development, working with our guards. I really believe we have the best backcourt in America, and part of that is the growth and the work that he does with them every day. But our staff is fantastic, and without them, I'm not sure we'd have the success that we have right now.
Last question, anyone? All right, thank you.
Thank you all. Go Gators.